Gracious, you got all the proof on the planet. What is taking you such a long time? For what reason do we need to invest such an energy for equity for Chancellor Robinson? When we realize what befell her sincerely, what I don't have any idea. And what many individuals additionally don't comprehend is that even with viral recordings of Shanquella Robinson being hopped by one individuals who went with her, there are no genuine responses concerning why there have been no captures for the situation. Well, with new proof that I will stall presently, someone better get captured. And soon on the grounds that as per new subtleties, Shanquella's executioners arranged everything right all along, so Cola's family is currently looking for discretionary mediation from the U.S. government to work with the examination and arraignment of the people answerable for Quella's demise. And they composed a letter to the leader of the U.S., and its platitude in our letter to President Biden and Secretary Blinken week by week obviously expressed that one of two things needs to happen. Either the U.S. extratus chancellors came to Mexico or the U.S. takes locale of the case, and her reindeer inaction isn't okay for this situation. Shankwell's family merits quick equity for her passing. And I heard that now the letter likewise proposed that the Mexican specialists previously recognized Dejane Jackson as the culprit against Shanquella and gave a warrant for her capture. Then there was likewise new data in the letter that affirmed the companions arranged the whole thing from the very start, data from a nitty-gritty direct record submitted to Mexican specialists. From the manor attendant who went about as an interpreter for the gathering during their excursion. So Bright Gizal Milan, the attendant relegated to the estate where the gathering was remaining, said that when the gathering showed up something didn't add up about Quella, as would be natural for him, she appeared to not find a place with others. When I presented myself, she didn't welcome me or grin mile. She was detached, nothing to do with the climate of festivity. She was awkward at that party. As per the letter, the following day the attendant got a message from one of different voyagers, with Quella asking where the closest clinical benefit was. And he figured out sometime thereafter that she died. He said he minded the visitor in the wake of getting a call about Quella's passing, and truly let police know that he gave Dejane Jackson his sympathies. Yet she appeared to be cold. Then he said I'd passed on that area and remained outside to give them a space to lament. Minutes after the fact I heard chuckling. Definitely you heard that right, he heard giggling. And think about what they did after that. Sonny said the gathering requested transportation to go out to supper soon after, yet here's what the driver never took them to supper. They requested to be taken to an air terminal lodging. Rather, no doubt, that is really dubious. Something different, the attendant said, is the point at which I saw the video via virtual entertainment. I understood that basically the fundamental invisitor controlled me with data she gave of what ended up leaving the country straight away. He likewise said that he accepts the viral video was taken somewhere in the range of 7 and 8:30 a.m., which was no less than 5 hours before one of Quella's companions mentioned clinical assistance. So on top of all that, we currently realize that individuals who went with Aquila snickered after what they did, and surprisingly mentioned transport to go out to supper subsequently, like there was no regret at all, like wow, simply wow. And in the event that someone someplace has failed to remember the receipts of what we definitely know, permit me to help you first to remember all the police report unequivocally went against the passing declaration. Shanquella's demise endorsement said she died 15 minutes after her physical issue. Yet police reports express that she was with a specialist who attempted to work on her condition for very nearly 3 hours. The declaration likewise states 3 p.m. as the hour of her passing, yet the police report said that she passed on at 5:57 p.m. The authentication coming about because of a dissection likewise records the authority reason for death as an extreme spinal rope injury and not heart failure, as was expressed in the police report. From where I'm standing, it appears as though the police just recorded whatever so they can continue on with their own personal business, something that the family likewise noted. Mexico I figure they didn't mind you realize they couldn't have cared less. And they just recorded everything that they said to them. You know, every one of them had plotted this and my convictions. And they recently said that it was liquor toxin. And when the police came in to research, you realize they might have taken a gander at her and said it appeared to be that she had been bounced on well on that police issue. An analytical writer was asked, do you know for what good reason the police would conceal for these people from another nation? And the reaction was a police source lets me know that it was conceivable on the grounds that the specialists who handled the crime location kept $17,000 that Chancellor got her gear. In short, it's conceivable that they accepted kickbacks to conceal precisely exact thing occurred. And get this, the analytical columnist additionally proceeded to guarantee that Quellastimis had been concealed by the Mexican government so as not to influence the picture of the vacationer location of Los Cabos. Still on the receipts that we as of now have, there was additionally another video that made rounds, which was truly one of the keep-going things Quella posted on her Instagram story. In the video, she was searching for her companions in the inn, and she coincidentally found them in a room together, and it's certain as damnation seemed as though they were plotting something. What they would go all said they group as per sources. There was likewise a third video that never come to the public, where Winter Donovan snatched Shanquella by the neck and body, hammered her, and she never got back up. And the fourth video that likewise made adjusts, where one of the companions recommended that the occurrence was planned, yet it is somebody additionally failing to remember that there has been proof that the companions altered the body. Recollect in the video that became a web sensation, Quella was not wearing garments, but rather when she was found, she was in pink biker shorts and a shirt, and put before the parlor restroom to attempt to make it look like Shanquella fell when she was escaping the washroom. Gracious. And that nurture who took care of Shanquella, I can't envision that she's as yet a medical caretaker, rehearsing someplace, potentially knowing very well what happened. Take a gander at the medical caretaker's face, peering down on Shanquella's body. Take a gander at the, is it responsibility? Is it dread? Is it goodness? Am I going to pull off this? She doesn't seem as though she has obviously her coolest well-being in heart. She doesn't seem as though she had been attempting to restore someone for over 2 hours before the EMTs showed up. No doubt about it irritates many individuals, incorporating me, that with such a lot of proof, no capture has been made. I mean, this letter to the president ought to unquestionably put forth areas of strength for quick intercession in Mexico. Yet again, we need to sit back and watch well. As I was likewise attempting to sort out what could be the issue, I figured out that the entire circumstance may likewise be more confounded for a couple of reasons. 1 October 2022 was evidently a terrible month for Mexico, and on normal 80 individuals were being off today in the nation, contrasted with the U.S., which found the middle value of around 5 to 6 per day. Something else is that Cabo is truly quite possibly of the most hazardous spot in Mexico for non-sightseers. And due to that, the generally feudal police don't have the opportunity, nor the assets to explore each and every wrongdoing. And obviously, that is something the Mexican government could never let us know. Additionally, founded on the thing has been occurring in Mexico, clearly got a convenient post-mortem, which is more than most Mexicans get, as there are numerous accounts day-to-day of individuals stacking up in the morgues and in ineffectively refrigerated trailers for quite a long time before anybody, to such an extent as attempts to ID them. One Mexican even brought up that there are guardians in Mexico who have been attempting to cause to notice the dying of their girls for a really long time. And presently, I can't resist the urge to ponder Dicuela's companions. Definitely realize about this data. Did they explicitly decide to go to Cabo on the grounds that they realized it would be challenging to capture them, assuming that they hopped well there? And how lengthy did they truly plan the assault? Such countless inquiries, yet no responses except for let me in on your viewpoints on the new improvements in the remark segment underneath. And I'll keep you refreshed as we keep on requesting equity for Shanquella.